So you've all heard the news about the young Philly situation, but let me tell you something that nobody else is talking about, and that's the fact that there was actually a third person in the room with them at the time. And trust me, you will never guess who it is. I'm Ehsan Khan, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down something that everybody else is missing, and it's the hidden factor that most people don't even think about. You see, when we get ourselves into these situations, there's always someone else pulling the strings, and this time it wasn't just about what young Philly did, it's about who was really in control. So for some quick context, if you've been following the headlines, you'll know young Philly's recent behavior was questionable to say the least. But let's not beat around the bush here. It was more than just bad judgment. This wasn't just some innocent situation gone wrong. The real issue is how quickly these things spiral out of control when you think no one's watching. But here's where it gets interesting. Who was actually influencing young Philly and the other girl to do what they did? Who was actually influencing the whole thing? The truth is, anytime a man and a woman are behind closed doors, there's a third person in the room with them. And no, it's not some conspiracy theory, it's shaitan. And you don't have to take my words from it. This comes straight from the teachings of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said, whenever a man is alone with a woman, the shaitan is the third. And this is from Tirmidhi. And this is why we see situations like this spiral out of control. It's not just about bad decisions, it's about being manipulated by something bigger than you. Something that thrives on leading people down the wrong path. Shaitan's whole game is simple. He waits for moments of weakness and strikes when you think you've got control. The moment you let your guard down is the moment things go wrong. He'll make sin look appealing, harmless even, and you think you're in control, but in reality, you're being set up for failure. And this is exactly what happened here. It wasn't just about the decisions that were being made in that room. It was about who was influencing those decisions. And this is where the wisdom of Islam comes in. You see, it's not just about avoiding the sin. It's about not even getting close to it. Why? Because the closer you are to the sin, the more control shaitan has over you. In the Quran, Allah says, "And do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Indeed, it is ever an immorality and is evil as a way." What this verse is telling us is simple. Do not just avoid the action. Avoid the situation. If young Philly hadn't put himself in that scenario to begin with, the shaitan wouldn't have been able to whisper in his or her ears. And an important factor to remember is the closer you get to sinning, the more shaitan has a say in your choices. That's why you can't even flirt with the line. You've got to stay away from it. So what's the key takeaway here? You're never really alone even when you think you are. Shaitan is always there, waiting to lead you to something that you're later going to regret. And this is why Islam doesn't just say, don't sin. This is why Islam says, don't even go near the sin. When you avoid the situations, you avoid the disasters that will come from that. And what's sad is that we know that young Philly is surrounded by so many Muslims who are outwardly and openly proud practicing Muslims. People like Chunks, who recently just got married, to make sure that he doesn't fall into any of these types of situations and scenarios. And so I'm not here to comment or give an opinion on whether I think that young Philly is innocent or not. My message to you is that when you are following the tenets of Islam, they may seem from a distance to be something that gives you hardship. You might not go to these parties that other people attend, that your friends attend. You might not drink the same drinks that your friends and these other people might have. But if we see what's happening in the world, we know that these are things that will all be used against you, not only in the next life, but also in this life as well. And so the best thing to do is to avoid the situations. Stay away from alcohol, stay away from zina, stay away from any of these things that Allah has told us to stay away from. And we know that hell is surrounded by things that look beautiful, things that are tempting, and those are the things that we need to stay away from. And Jannah and heaven is surrounded by the things that look hard and look difficult. And that is the same thing that we can translate to business, because it's very easy to just work in a job, take your salary at the end of each month and not have to think too much about the business and where it's going. But if you just worked in a slightly different way, if you took charge and took responsibility of things that a business owner does and still did the job that you did in the same way, you could earn vast amounts more. But most people are too scared of that. That's too much risk, and that's too difficult, and that's too hard. But it's those who go through the difficulties that end up reaching the comfort at the end of that tunnel. So the key takeaways here are: stay away from the sin, and always know that the sacrifices that you make for the sake of God are going to lead you to bigger and better things in the future, and most importantly, going to keep you out of trouble. And one saying that we all know is that idle hands are a devil's playground. And what that means is when you're not keeping yourself busy doing something good, then the devil will use you to do things that are wrong. So if you're looking for a way to change your life and start earning more money, working for yourself, then I've got a solution for you. It's a free 7-step masterclass video that I've put together, which you can find in the description below, showing you exactly how I was able to start a 6-figure business working from home using my laptop and a mobile phone, and scaled it to 6 figures within the first 12 months. So if you're interested to know how you could do that as well, the link is in the description below. Click that now, watch that. And if you're interested in learning more or getting my help to actually help you build that business, then you'll be able to book a call with me at the end of that video, where we'll be able to dive deeper into your situation and explain how you specifically can start making 6 figures every single year on a consistent basis as a business owner. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos where we talk about how you're able to not only free your life financially, but free your mind spiritually as well, click that subscribe button now so that you never miss out on one of my videos. We are going to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so don't be stingy, be a part of that movement. And the best thing is, I'm uploading videos 3 times per week, so stay locked in and I'll see you on the next one.